What are some things that you got right and wrong as a Muslim mom? Lessons or maybe regrets. And if you could do anything differently, what would that be?
As far as, well, I'll go into the regrets first so that we can move on to some of the more positive aspects and feel better. So the regrets I have are actually very, very deep. And it's also like a little bit of a double-edged sword. The whole reason I'm in front of you today and the whole reason you even know about me or invite me to speak or find value in anything that I have to share is because of what my presence was on social media. It's because I used to write up my thoughts, my observations, my anecdotes, and I would present them for the world to see and read. And mashallah, got a lot of positive reaction, positive. It was really embraced by people. And I think that's what kept me going for so long was I could only hear the cheerleaders. But my biggest regret is having put so much out publicly on social media. And before I realized, one, how dangerous social media can be if for no other thing but your own nafs, your own ego, like the effect it can have on you. But also not realizing that my children were private, human beings. Like they should have had a right to say, I don't want this put out there about me. I don't want this story being shared, even if it's a cute story. I never, I don't like to think that I ever presented stories that showed them in a bad light or could make people make fun of them. But it was still me making that judgment, right? And our children are their own people. They're autonomous beings, and they have a right to decide if they want their photographs out there, if they want their stories out there, if they want their first steps shown or their first words, written for everyone to read. What used to be personal, private diaries and baby books are now out there for the entire world to read and see. So I have a lot of regrets about that. If I hadn't done it, I wouldn't be here today in front of you. But at the same time, I think there are a lot of regrets I wouldn't have had, and which I'm now trying to make up for. I'm trying to take a step back. I've gotten off of Facebook. I don't post on Instagram. I, avoid telling personal, private stories unless the only things I'll share are ones that I know my kids are okay with. So, but now I like to give more generic advice rather than pinpointing stories or examples from my children. So that's one regret. That and maybe not being as present when I was busy posting. My children are right in front of me, and instead I'm busy posting on social media. So major, major, major regret. One that I have apologized for to my children, one that I've done tawbah for to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, I pray that those apologies and that tawbah is accepted. But like we talked about earlier, time has gone by, right? I can't get that time back. So, alhamdulillah, if anybody can learn from that experience.